Hello, and welcome to week 3 of my 4-week election campaign. The topic for exploration this week is health, and specifically the important aspect of mental health. To launch this exploration, I've held a dialogue with Lydia Thorpe, and that 20-minute recording has been uploaded as a podcast onto this website. I hope you'll have a chance to listen to that very interesting conversation. In this video, I will briefly introduce the topic of mental health and also review briefly the process that's been undertaken and to test whether it's been inclusive, insightful, and integrative. The next video to be uploaded onto this website will be a review of the content or what we find during the week-long exploration. Good dialogue is made easier and more effective when there is willingness, interest, and trust between the participants in the dialogue. I'm very fortunate to have had Lydia Thorpe as my dialogue partner because I think all these things have been quite well established during our past respectful working relationship. I'm very passionate about the issue of mental health, perhaps partially because of my past nursing background, but also because my life experience has taught me that the way we understand ourselves and the way we understand how the world works can have a profound effect on our well-being and our ability to thrive. I think I first became aware of this when I was lucky enough to travel to and to work in India. And there I saw that it was possible for people who had the most extremely difficult material circumstances to also be deeply happy and to express a great deal of gratitude, generosity, and compassion despite those difficult circumstances, to a degree that it was almost miraculous. Now, I'm not saying that people don't need to be helped out of circumstances of poverty and hardship. And I'm also not saying that mental health pathology is a result of material circumstance or of a mental attitude. But it did make me realise how primary and how important really good mental health is. So just to reflect on the process that's been undertaken. Has it been inclusive? Well, we know the statistics that approximately 3.6 million Australians will suffer mental ill health each year. And that is across a spectrum of different types of mental ill health and also different levels of severity. We also know that the mental health needs of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander community are considerably greater than those of other Australians. So, despite the fact that Lydia's was only one voice in this dialogue, I think to hear an Aboriginal perspective on this really important issue is vital. Has the process been insightful? Well, it wasn't very long ago in our history, I think, that to seek the perspectives of stakeholders would have been considered not at all necessary. But as we move more and more towards a more and more inclusive society, to meaningfully and broadly seek stakeholder perspectives, I think can lead us to much greater understanding of the issue and also allow the possibility of a much more nuanced and much more appropriate policy response. But the way we listen is really vital. If we're listening to somebody to just find support from our own already fixed ideas, we're not going to go very far. But if we deeply listen to the other person with the intention of really understanding their perspective, then I think the potential is there for a much, much greater understanding. Has the process been integrative? Well, again, we were only listening to one voice and not a range of different views. However, I think the conversation with Lidia did have a forward momentum, and Lidia herself proposed a number of ways forward which she believes could lead to much greater healing and much greater mental health, not only in the Aboriginal community but in the non-Aboriginal community as well. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you'll continue to follow my campaign, and I warmly invite you to go to my Facebook site and to make comment there or to start a conversation. And you'll find the Facebook site at www.meredithuri.com/FB.